Separation. I've been with my husband for around 2.5 years, but we've only been married a few months. Our relationship was rocky for a while, but we still decided to get married. Looking back, that was stupid. I was having second thoughts and something was telling me not to marry him, but I went ahead and did it anyway. Just to give some background information, I moved in with him and his mom after only being together a few months. That was my first mistake. He offered to help me with something, so I accepted his help. The relationship was great in the beginning, and I was happy at an opportunity to leave my toxic family household. I thought I found someone who really cared about me and that I was going to finally be happy. Well, that didn't last very long. I'm going to talk about some of our issues. I picked up a new hobby in aerial arts, and I invited him to come to the studio so he could check it out. I was a total beginner. I had no upper body strength when I started. He was comparing me to others the whole time and telling me to try to do what they were doing. Mind you, I was in the intro class while they were in levels 2 and 4. In addition, he was also trying to talk me into threesomes and going to adult or swingers clubs to find someone. I am also into women, and the idea kind of intrigued me. I tried it, but we never found anyone, and I wasn't totally comfortable with it. So, I backed out. Comparing me to others and telling me he wants to be other women really made me feel insecure. I was very secure before meeting him thanks to working with a counselor. Moreover, around this time, I found out he told his mom about the potential threesomes, and he told her that I liked women too. His mom told me about it directly. You couldn't imagine how embarrassed and shocked I was. That was so weird and a betrayal of trust. I still stayed for some reason. Fast forward into the relationship, we moved to a different state because he lost his job. I didn't want to move, but he told me he didn't want to do long distance. So, I went. I was so depressed at first. I wasn't used to being far from my family. Well, the relationship got way worse after the move. I was sad and angry about it, so that caused some tension. It was also his first time living on his own, so he had issues with money and picking up after himself. He developed a gambling addiction and blamed me for it. He said I was pressuring him too much. Yes, I guess I kind of did, but I never told him to go and gamble. We were constantly fighting. I have anger issues, so that didn't help. He loves to bring up that I have anger issues. Yes, I do, but it's not like he hasn't given me a reason to be mad. We went to a strip club in our new state to check it out. We met a dancer we really liked. We went to VIP with her. I was having a great time. I had no issues with him getting dances. I know the dancers are there to do their job. Well, in the middle of the dance, he told me, "This grinding feels so good," or something like that. I instantly felt shocked, hurt, and embarrassed. He didn't have to tell me that, and everything would have been perfectly fine. He could have kept that crap to himself. Mind you, before we moved, I told him I wasn't going to work full-time or at all. I only worked part-time when I was with him. I'm a student, and I also have certain standards when it comes to dating. We met on a website where relationships are supposed to be mutually beneficial. He was fully aware of this and said it was okay. Well, it really wasn't okay. As I mentioned earlier, he developed a gambling addiction and lost thousands in the stock market. He even lost $8,000 in one day. He told his mom about it, but not me. I only found out because I went through his phone. He built up a lot or credit card debt as well. He blamed me for it to his family. He called his mom and uncle a lot to talk about our fights and other private things. I hated it, and I told him to stop many times, but he continued anyway. One time, he said he was going to stop, and then he called his uncle 2 days later after an argument LMAO. I know his family got inside his head and influenced him a lot because at first, he was spoiling me with gifts, flowers, money, dates, etc. His family, specifically his mom and uncle, claimed I was just using him and that it's wrong to spoil a woman. Both of them thought that him giving me flowers often was bad. Towards the end of our relationship, he stopped taking me out on dates or buying me anything. He would claim he just wanted to stay at home on the weekends, when I had already been home all week and wanted to do something fun. So, I got used to being at home, and when he invited me somewhere, I didn't want to go out for once. He got super pissed, threw a fit, and said he wouldn't forgive me for that. Dude, you told me to get used to staying at home, woman shrugging. He also claimed that since he paid all of the bills, that should be enough for me, and that I don't need to go anywhere, buy anything, or do anything. Fast forward to more recently, he called me about 2 weeks ago and asked me if I missed him. He said he missed me, but he wasn't sure about me, and if we get back together, he's not sure if he can be monogamous. He also mentioned that he's enjoying living without any house rules, aka not cleaning after himself. There's more, but I can't mention everything. He really hurt me. I've been severely depressed for months, but I'm tired of feeling this way. I feel like during our whole relationship, he and his family disrespected me, but my reaction was the only thing that mattered. I'm choosing to get up and continue with my life. He's now saying that he's sorry for everything, and he wants to show me that he can change. I honestly don't know if I can be with him. I want someone who only has eyes for me. I am enough. I also want someone who defends me, including from family members. I also don't want someone who is always broke and complaining about money. I want someone who gets it right the first time. So, I might have wasted a lot of time with him. I fell in love for the first time, and now I'm severely depressed and heartbroken.